Well, an exciting game. You know, if you like scoring, you saw it here today. And I want to credit UMBC. You know, Ryan Odom, he does a really, really good job with this program, has a talented group, but coaches them very well. They play a style, and we knew this, that they really can push the ball and play fast, and it's easy for them to play at that tempo. You know, in terms of guards, Lyles he's a heck of a player, and you know, you come in McKale Center and get 31, 23 in the first half, you're really, really good. And we knew that ahead of time. There are times when he broke down, but there are times when sometimes you have to give credit to the opponent. And they tested us. It was a really good game for our team to learn and grow. And I think the more you watch us, you know, our gift this year is as much on offense as it is on defense. And, you know, it's up to us to work on a few things that I know we can control better defensively and continue to take advantage of some of the gifts we have offensively. But we'll take it and move on here.
Back-to-back 30-point games by Trier. Do you think that he'll just, I know the pace of 30 games or whatever it is, 30 points is going to be tough, but you think he can do this for a while?
You know, I think so. The one thing that I want to point out about Alonzo is he's very efficient with how he's playing the game right now, but you also have to credit his teammates. It's not easy to just load up on him. You know, he has a very fast, unselfish point guard, Parker, who understands how to play the game. He's got surrounded with a lot of other weapons. We have an inside game that a lot of times teams have to double team. You know, DeAndre is an excellent passer. Dusan is a willing passer as well. So it's set up for him as long as he continues to play the game this way, where he's taking good shots. And if he takes good shots like I've mentioned about him, no player that I've ever had and seen has worked harder on the game than Alonzo has. So, you know, you foul him, he makes free throws, you leave him open, he can really make you pay from three. But we're far from just him, obviously. I think some of his teammates allow him to be this way.
Were you consciously trying to keep Brandon Randolph's minutes down, or was that another?
So you have to realize Brandon's missed really 9 days. 8 of those 9 days, or 7 of them, was nothing. It was a matter of him getting over his concussion symptoms, making sure that he's 100% healthy. He just passed his last concussion test to be cleared for contact a couple days ago. But yesterday's practice really wasn't a contact practice. So to put him out here in a 5-on-5 game like that, I don't know if it would be smart for him or our team. I was just glad he could get in the game, and now he can start working his way back. Obviously, we have depth, and we have to take advantage of it. Sometimes, you know, guys have to sacrifice, and there's no question on this team there's going to be some sacrificing involved for us to emerge and be the team that we all want to be.
Like what you saw in Dylan?
I was happy for Dylan. And Dylan has really done an excellent job academically. It's not easy when you play basketball your whole life to sit out and not be able to play in the games. And in Dylan's case, he's a long way from home. But last year he did a good job academically. He's done a great job this summer and fall. I think, you know, physically, strength and conditioning, off the court, he's really in a good place. And it's fun to be able to see him finally out there. It's been a long time, if you think about it. Last game he played would have been UNC Asheville against Villanova in the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. So I'm happy for him, and he's only going to get better as we move forward.
What kind of role do you project? I mean, if you had everyone available, you know, how do you think he best helps you down the road this season?
You know, Dylan can shoot the ball. He made 2 threes tonight. He's a very good passer in practice. I really believe he's improved on defense and will continue to do so. But, you know, in some regards, a couple of our players that will eventually emerge are going to be those that are going to hang their hat on defense, because we need more of those types of guys right now. Not that everybody isn't allowed to take a good shot, but we need more balance. We need perimeter players that can maybe sign up to guard the other team's best offensive player. We need big guys to come in and do a really good job like Keanu and Ira did tonight of maybe giving us a quicker look. And as we learn our roles, and I think as we do a better job maybe figuring out who can do what, I think our defense will settle in. It has to improve. It's not bad like in the second half tonight. If you look at their numbers, they shot 31% from the field, 6 for 14 from 3, which is tough, but they only scored 5 points from the line. A lot of that, I think, had to do with our defense. I was hoping they couldn't keep the same pace they had on offense from the first half. I mean, they were terrific, and they had a couple go in that it was just one of those nights, I think.
I know coaching's a little more tough than this, but DeAndre said when he had the second dunk, that big dunk, all you said was go get it, so he went to go get it.
Yeah. I'll take full credit for that dunk. Yeah. If that's what he believes, great. But there aren't many players that can go and do what he did. He's very talented. When I talk about him, I really love to talk about him in terms of how smart he is, how he has done things that we've asked him to do, both on and off the court, how he's learned to be in a structured environment, hasn't fought us at all. And his talent speaks for itself. But what I'm so impressed with is how fun he is to be around. And he's competitive, and sometimes something doesn't go right. You can see he'll wear his emotions on his sleeve. But I would much rather tame a guy down and talk to him in those terms than wonder if he wants to compete. And with DeAndre, you always know that he loves to play the game and he hates to lose. So just watching his competitive spirit, it's fun to see with the guy that young and also that talented.
Wasn't one of the early knocks on him as a recruit that sometimes that motor was kind of lacking? He was a little too laid back out there.
I would love to get those guys in a room and just figure out what they saw, because I've watched him through 28 practices plus 11, so I'm 39 practices. I've watched him two games in Spain, 2 exhibition games, red, blue, wherever we're at. Is he perfect? No young person is, but his ability to go hard is unquestioned. And I think that's why he has such a bright future.
Offensively, is this an outlier, or is this something you'd like to see consistently at the pace you guys are going at tonight?
You know, we had 39 made field goals. I'm just going to guess and tell you, I don't know if I've coached a team that's had more in a game. 39, that's a lot of made field goals. We shot 61%. And we have shot 60% a lot. So I believe that we have a lot of talent on offense and it can go both inside and outside. It's just a matter of us continue to play unselfishly, you know, let certain guys maybe learn their role. Like Emmanuel, he's one of our most talented young players, but he took a couple of shots maybe, especially one in the second half, that we don't need him to shoot that. He'll learn. It wasn't as if he was trying to do something we didn't want him to do. It's more a matter of him figuring out what's he supposed to do and what not. But things like that, that's what November's about.
We talked about this Friday night, I think it was with Alex, but he does all the little things very well. You said that Friday night, he did that tonight, 2 back-to-back threes, a rebound, no one was there, he picked it up and put it in. I mean, just your thoughts on how he plays and maybe specific to those things.
You know, Alex is a very, very good player. He is tough. Doesn't take a play off. His defense has surprised me. It's a very hard adjustment to go from high school to college and right away be good. But if you look at our game tonight, he might have done the best job on Lyles of any of our guards. And that's really saying a lot. But 6 assists, no turnovers. You know, he's one of our team's best shooters. And we've played him at both the 1 and the 2. You know, Alex sometimes is overlooked because he's from Phoenix. He's the local kid, but he's a very good player. And he has helped us as much early on as any, because he's been one of the constants. He hasn't missed any time, played in every game. And as he works so hard, you could see him getting better.
And the situation I just gave you, the 2-pointers, the 2 3-pointers, and that's, you know, it kind of typifies who he is. Just kind of gets it done.
He does. If he's open, you know, I put my belief in his shot. I don't want to say above everybody else, but I don't know if there are any other players on our team that you feel better about shooting an open 3 than Alex. So that's also a weapon when he's out there with, you know, somebody like Alonzo and, you know, DeAndre. he fits in very well because he can really make you pay.
Do you guys track like hockey assists, for instance, when DeAndre is doubled in the post and gets to one guy and then it goes around and, Trier hits one?
No, but you're right. His ability, DeAndre, to pass out of a double team and in and around the basket, it's so hard for young big guys to know when to give it up, when to pass, when not to. Sometimes they appear to be clumsy or selfish, and it's really not the case. It's just their back is to the basket, and all these different schemes are like swarming them. So it takes time to grow and learn. He can do it now. It's one of the best things that he does as a player. And again, back to Alonzo. Alonzo has been a beneficiary of a number of really good looks where DeAndre's found the first open man, and all of a sudden the ball's swinging, and Alonzo would be more than happy to take that open shot. You don't have to talk him into it. But you're right. That unselfishness from our post players is a good characteristic to have.
Is there a way that you guys kind of like look at that as in like a way to track that? Yes, he didn't get the assist here, but there's something he like created the shot indirectly. Does that make sense?
More showing them when those types of plays happen. We always show our team so that they understand what you mentioned, the hockey assist.
You mentioned Keanu earlier, bringing that, what he does, and that athleticism in there, defense. We saw that a little bit at times, especially late last year. I don't know, do you feel like he's progressed even more or added anything this year so far?
You forget Keanu is one of our most experienced players. He's in his last year of college on a team with so many young players, 5 freshmen. He gives us an older feel, but he knows his role, and I think Ira does as well. Those guys, man, they play with a lot of energy. They're quick, and I think they've really embraced the defensive role on this team, and I think that's a healthy component for us.
If there's one thing you could point out that you'd like to see improve before your next game, before you go to the Bahamas, what would it be?
Really everything. There isn't anything that we're doing right now we can't get better at. We've only played 2 games, but the competitive spirit in practice, that's something we're able to have right now because there's a lot of competition for playing time. Guys really have to earn it right now. So the more competitive that our practice is, I think the more improvement we'll have across the board and the more ready we'll be because, we get down to the Bahamas, we're going to be playing against some of the best teams in the country, best coaches in the country, players like ours that have been in the winner's circle. And so playing 3 games in 3 nights really challenges your depth. So we're not there yet, but, it's these practices and obviously on Thursday against a very gritty, tough-minded Bakersfield team. Last year Bakersfield, I think with 4 minutes to go in the game, it was a 2-point game. And they were in the tournament a year ago. I think they could be in this year's NCAA tournament. So we have to get ready for that game first. And then by the time we get to next week, my hope is between our practices and that game that we can be the most ready we can be for a tournament like that. Yep.